Kia ora, my name is Whare Sander and welcome to Oho Ake Books. I want to talk about how some of my childhood wounding has been healed through my creative process, especially with writing books that are from the heart. When I was very young, my parents once had an argument, and to have a situation where they could find some semblance of their love for each other, they decided to go out and have a party. They took me to a friend's place and dropped me off there without telling me what was going on. I just got dropped off there, and I don't remember being told, this is where you're going to be for a few hours, we're just going to come back and get you. They just dropped me off and left. And in that moment, I felt abandoned and rejected. And that would stay with me for that programming would stay with me for most of my life. I mean, I would reenact that in relationships. I'd feel that as soon as I got close to somebody, they were going to abandon me, so I'd self-sabotage all my relationships, intimate and otherwise, to a large extent. Because of that programming, it would make itself apparent in my life. So, I've had 3 muses in my life, 3 beautiful, incredible, amazing muses who have helped me to heal that wounds of abandonment and rejection. Now, I say this because what happened was these 3 beautiful women triggered for me those feelings of being abandoned and rejected. And what I did was take that energy as the wounding came up. I felt it, I was aware of it in my own conscious awareness state, and focus my energy into creating a novel, a collection of short stories, and a book of poetry for each for those 3 muses. Now, the first book I wrote was called Sanctum, which I've talked about a lot, which is my magnum opus. I love this book. It's bewildering, it's beautiful, it's magical, it's spellbinding. It's a deep, 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 powerful love story. And at that time then, funnily enough, looking back at that time when I wrote that book, I was getting into the mode of getting out of the way of myself. What I mean by that was removing my ego from the situation. Like I was attached to outcome, attached to emotional commitment, emotional wanting to be with this person, I guess you could say, emotional connection. I got out of the way of myself, the energy came through. As it came through, I created this beautiful book for Kathy. I wrote this book in a number of months, but in that time I channeled my entire love for this woman by getting out of the way, as I said before, getting out of the way of myself and just allowing that energy, that creative force to come through me and express itself in a way that was like, okay, this is my love for you. This is my gift to you. This is everything that I feel for you. I'm putting all my energy into this. I'm letting it go. So the second time this happened to me was in 2014, where I met somebody who had loved for 10 years, like adored for 10 years. Had a crazy, crazy crush on this woman. And she had felt the same way about me. I didn't know, and she presented that crush to me. She told me she had a crush on me. She made every effort to spend time with me, to create something with me, but then decided once again to be with somebody else. And I felt rejected, and I felt abandoned. And I had more conscious awakening in that time, and I'd done more healing, so I was able to get out of the way of myself even more so, and allow this energy to come through in 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks' time, I wrote this beautiful book, amazing book called The Eyes of Love See All by Pablo Wairua. Now, Sanctum, written by Amon Sueño, is a novel, but this was a collection of short stories which I wrote in 2 weeks flat. It was just all these beautiful stories just manifested, came through my heart, poured out, and it is one of my favorite books for that reason. It is, every story is so different, but it's beautiful. It really is. I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but this book is fucking outrageous. It's really fucking good. If you love beautiful, powerful, emotive, fantastic and insightful love stories. I mean, love across the entire spectrum. Beautiful, beautiful stories for a beautiful, beautiful woman. And she helped me get out of the way of myself, as I said before, and heal. Heal that fear of abandonment. Heal that feeling of being abandoned. Heal that feeling of being rejected. I didn't feel that way at all. I felt like I had this beautiful opportunity to create something and to put all my energy into that into that book. I did that. It was wonderful. An incredible experience. And then last year, 2020, I'd met someone before. Briefly, I met her 3-4 years ago. I've written a book for her called a dance called Dwarka, about my memory of an incarnation where she and I met on Krishna's Dwarka, from the Mahabharata. That Dwarka, yeah. And this book of poetry by Ihor Grace, me writing as Ihor Grace, is the culmination of truly a love that I can't even fathom compared to the other two loves that I felt for the other two women that I wrote those books for. This is me getting to a place where I realize that my healing process with the fear of abandonment and the rejection is fully, completely healed. And in this situation, in this experience, I'm still going through it now. As I record this, almost over a year later, I'm still going through this process of getting out of the way of myself and allowing this love to flow through me. Understanding that my process, understanding that the love that I feel now flowing through me is my own, but also that coupled with source energy, that I feel whole, complete, and full of my own cup. I don't feel abandoned, I don't feel rejected, I feel at peace with who I am and with the situation is a massive, massive, massive place for me to come to in my life healing process. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. Go well. Matewa. See you next time.